In a stream a couple of months ago, Ragoozer showcased a new weapon that he made, which was called the Dark Steel Greatsword. It was a really nice weapon reveal, and he showed us the downsides and the upsides of the weapon. But more interestingly than that, while he gave himself the weapon, he opened the developer console, which allowed the viewers of the stream to see other things that were going on in the game at the same time. This black menu that he's typing into is the developer console. The developer console prints output based on what is happening globally inside a server. In this clip we can see trinkets of information, such as when a player hits someone, they gain combat XP. That, however, is not the focus of the video. I want to talk more about what was displayed at the bottom of the output. At the top of this image we can see that an event started called Nomads versus Adretians at a location called Pomar. In the console we can see that different NPCs are spawned, such as Gremma NPCs and Adretian NPCs. This means that even when players aren't nearby, NPCs will fight each other based on their allegiances. This means that if you were walking around and you saw a bunch of Gremmors and Adretians fighting each other, you could choose to take a side and then help one of the factions kill the other faction, and then you would possibly get a reward for that. I believe we saw a very similar version of this event, if not the exact same, in Agamatsu's video. Agamatsu has just completed a mission and he is travelling away from the island when he sees a bunch of nomads being attacked. Agamatsu decides to help the nomads and he kills their attackers, and we see this GUI pop up which says power increased and ambition renewed, and as well as that, he gets a chest which appears out of nowhere. In this image we can see that power is a stat which appears at the top of your character overview. We're not entirely sure what this does, but we do know that it's probably very important, seeing as it's on its own category. We also have no idea what the ambition renewed part meant, but what is important is that you do get rewards, such as the power, the ambition, and the chest from doing these events. This rewards players for interacting with the environment and making spontaneous decisions based on what's happening around them. For example, if you wanted to have good reputation with the Adretians, but you also wanted to have good reputation with the Nomads, you'd probably stay out of that fight, because either way, one side is going to hate you for killing their men. It's decisions like these that makes the game a lot more dynamic than something like Rogue Lineage, which is just based on the, oh, you're either good or you're either bad, based on how many people you kill. Moving on, I want to talk about another event that appears at the bottom of the developer console. See this event that started called Whalers vs Etrians, and it takes place in the ocean. The Whalers are a guild which focuses on killing and piracy. From this event we can tell that NPC factions can fight each other at sea. I assume that there's going to be ship-based combat, and one of the factions are going to be like boarding the other faction, and they're going to be fighting on the ships. This means that as a player, if you're travelling around by ship, and you by chance see two ships fighting each other, then they could be NPCs and you could make a decision to go and help one of the sides. This is something that I'm looking forward to from Deepwoken. There's more attention to NPC events and just more focus on the environment than Rogue Lineage had. Instead of following a guide from Rogue Lineage Wiki or YouTube, players can make decisions based on what's happening around them and what they want to do. Are you guys excited for NPC events in Deepwoken? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and peace.
They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.